Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to proceed with the hospital management system. So for those who are watching this video for the first time, so we have a series of our hospital management system that we are doing using Blazor. And you can see this is how our code looks like. So we are doing this using Blazor, and we have actually incorporated even Mad Blazor. So for those who want to see how this looks like, so let me just show you. So this is our login screen. So I have my username and password. So this is our email address. So if I click sign in, then it will take us to the dashboard. And we have some modules that we've already done. So this is our dashboard. So we'll be improving this to ensure that we have some good looking interface. So we have here patient. So under patient, we have the patient number, the patient name, guardian name, phone number. So you can register a patient here. We just provide some details. Then phone number, you just type in some phone number, the ID number, the email address. So you can do the email address. So let me just zoom that so that you're able to have I can do here test. Then we can have our date of birth. So the guardian name, phone number, guardian phone number, then address. Then you can do here gender, marital status, and we can also have the blood group, allergies, then remarks. Then you save patient. So you can see our patient details has been saved successfully, and we have this. Then you can have you can see here we have our navigation, that is our page size, so you can alter. Then you also have the billing module, which we've not done. We have the appointments. So we've been able to do some bits of the appointments. So that is the appointment slots, but we've not done the appointment bit. So if you add the appointments, so here you select the dates, the start time, then end time. Then you also have the doctor and the sheets. So when you save, then you're able to save the appointment slots. So these are the slots of the doctor. So you'll be checking why our start time and date are not displaying. Then you have the outpatient and inpatient. So I think we'll be able to categorize this. Then you have the pharmacy. So here we were able to save some medicines. So you click the medicine name, then the level, the reorder level, the percentage, the packing, the rack number, the medicine composition, the category, the unit of measure, then the group, the company that is supplying. Then you can put in some remarks. Then once you save, then you have our medicine added. So we also have radiology, blood bank, ambulance. So you are able to add our ambulance list. So here you can click the ambulance, then the ambulance name, then the year made, the driver. So driver is part of the employees, then the model type, the vehicle type, and also some notes. So if you save this, then you'll be able to have this saved. Then you also have our front office. So we've not done anything there. Duty roster, then employees. So we were able to add employees. So you can see here we have our employees list. So you can say here James. So you can do here James, Mwaka, then Ryuki. Then you have our phone number here, ID number, email address, say at gmail.com, then date of birth, date of joining, then father's name, mother's name, gender, marital status, blood group, department, then role, designation, and even specialty. So then once you save that, then you're able to get that. So these are a list of stuff, and you can see you have it. Then you have the admin module. So for the admin module, let me just refresh here. For the admin module, you have our companies. So here we have a list of companies. We have the system codes. I think there is something that we need to add there. Then you have our system code details. Then you also have, so we have some issues with our UI, which you need to fix. Then you have the countries and departments. Then security, you also have the users. So you can add new users, the system, and also select their gender, the role, the blood group, and even the password. So that is a snapshot of our application. So today I want us to do something very small. So I want us to add a radiology test section. So as you can see here, So, but before doing anything, if you remember, we have our models, and on our models, we don't have anything related to radiology. We need to add the models here. I'll just add the class. Then I'll say this is radiology tests. So let's just choose. So for those who are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video, and also comment down below. So here I'll just do radiology test. So this will be test. So test. Then this will be our model. Then here I'll just have my create. I'll inherit from user creation activity. Then here we'll have we'll do here public int ID. So here I'll just get set. Then we can have the test name. So the first thing is I'll do here string. Then here we can say test name. Then another thing that you can do is the short. You can do here short name and say you can just have the test type. Let's just do test type. Test. Sorry, can do your test type ID. Then this should be a foreign key. Then we can have your system code. So this should be coming from a list of. So then you can call this test. Sorry, test. Then you can have this as test type. Then after doing that, we can also have category. So we can have category name. So we'll call this category ID. Then this will be category. Then you also have a subcategory. So when we are doing this, I don't think we need to save the category and subcategory. If we have the category, then you can just do here subcategory. We save the smallest unit. We just do here subcategory. Then we can have here report days. You can say here days, report days. Then you can also have the charge. You can say charge category if you are charging the test. So here you can say charge category. Let me just copy this. Then you can say here charge category, and you can do the same here. Then you can also have charge. If we select category, then it will give us either the names or something. So what I want us to do is here we can say charge. Can do here charge name. Can even have, let's just have it charge category. That's okay. Then we can have. Do you have any? I think this should be okay. These are the tests. But now, how do we? These are tests, and an employee can be having a lot of tests. Now, before even doing that, so then we need to have our radiology page where we are going to build the staff, the patient. So one thing that we need to do here, we can link this to the patient so that we're able to track. So here I'll just do patient ID, and here you can do patient, and this will be patient. So for our charges or for our radiology test, then you can be able to have our patient, and this is okay. So the next thing is we need to add this to our application DB context. I'll just come here and do this. Do here application DB context. So this will be our test. Now there is one thing that I want us to do, which will actually help us. So what I want us to do, instead of doing all these entity, restrict, and delete behavior, so I want us to do something here. So here I want us to do for each. Then you can do here variable relationship. Then you can do in, you can do here in builder. Then you say model, then dot get entity, get entity types. Then you can have this. Then you say dot select menu. Then you can say here e dot get foreign keys. So if we do that, then we close this. Okay. Then here inside here, I want us now to restrict. We say our relationship dot delete behavior equals to delete. We'll just do here delete behavior, then restrict. So if we do this, then I believe this one will address most of the issues that we have. And you see all this here, we don't need all of this. So I can just go and remove this. So let me just do away with this. That's one way of doing it. So if I just go and do this, you can imagine if you have a lot of models, how many times will you be restricting? I'll just remove this. And we have this. So then here, I'll just do now, I'll just stop my application and I'll go to tools, NuGet, package manager console, and I can just do here, add. I'll just do add migration. Then I can say radio. This will be our radiology tests. So if we add migration, so if everything is okay, then our migration will be generated and it should be good to go. So we notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you haven't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider subscribing and ensure that you're able to help us grow. So you can see the statistics and ensure that we're able to update you guys with more of the content. So it's saying here, determined by navigation, either configuration is not mapped. So I think let me just let me just undo this for now. Let's see if we try to add. So I just want to ensure that we are doing this and we are not doing restriction going forward. That should be able to save us a lot of time and avoid us from doing. So you can see it has been able to add our migration. So there we go. So I'll just do update database, and our database will now be updated with the new tables. So I want us now, the next thing that we need to do is we need to create our service that will be adding our radiology tests. And you can see our command, it's adding the SQL statements, and we should be able to move forward and do other updates. So this is our hospital management system using Blazor. So if we proceed and go to services, so here I can just create radiology services. I'll just copy this. I'll just copy our repository, and I can create another class. I'll call this radiology repository, and I can copy one, for example, the ambulance. But now, before that, I need to create the interface. So I can create the interface first. So where is our service? This is our radiology. So we need to create our interface. So I'll just create radiology repository. I'll just create that, and I can do here I radiology repository. So that is our repository. Then I'll just copy all this here, and I can duplicate it here. Where is it? Our I radiology. So paste it here. Then here we'll be having our radiology test. So this one will be get radiology test. I'll paste it here, get radiology test by D, then add radiology test async, and I should also update radiology test, and I'll add also these ones. Then this is delete radiology. Then here we'll say test. So if we do that, then that's okay. So this is our interface. So for our service, so I'll just go to our service. Then you can inherit from this interface. Then the next thing is I can just put our constructor, but now I can implement. So I can implement this interface. So as you can see, it has given us all these methods. We need to implement all this. So we can borrow some from our radiology. So I'll just copy this radiology test. Where is it? So I can just copy it here. Then you can have this constructor as the same. Then I'll just copy what we've been doing with add. So you see this one. So I think I can just copy. Let me just copy this. I'll just be updating here. And you can see here we have the test, test, and this will be radiology tests. So then here we just need to do async. So if we do that, then this is okay. So if I just come here and now do this, I do here async. So this should suggest for us. You can see. So these are suggested for us. I'll just do. I'll do this. I'll just do here else. I'll this return nulls. So you can see this is able to do that. Then we can also do here async. It's able to suggest for us. So I'll just do that, and you can see it is able to get us the list. So this is radiology test. So what is the issue here? It's saying we need to use EFCore. So you just import that, then that is solved. So you also have to say here async, and if I do this, it is able to get us the radiology test by ID, and it returns. Updating as well, we just do here async, and they can also have these auto suggested. You can see it is updating for us. So you see here we say category, assuming you are using some category ID, have it here. Assuming you are updating category, those are some of the things that we change the modified on, and that is okay. So since we've added this, then you can add that in our program.cs. I'll just insert this here, and you can have this as our I repository. You can see it here, and you also have our service here. So after doing that, the next thing is you usually add this to our imports.razor. So we just come here, we have our imports, then we'll have we need to inject it here. So we have our interface. So our interface, that is our radiology. I'll just copy that here, and I'll paste that here. So this one will be radiology service. Radiology service. So I think this one we can call it radiology test. And you can also change this to be radiology test. Then if we change that, then we need to replicate it across. So I'll also have this as radiology test, and on our program.cs, I'll have to change this to radiology, and also this should be test. So that one also repository, I also need to change it, radiology test. So I'll just do that, rename it, and I'll also rename this. Also the interface, I don't think we need to rename it as well. So that's cool. So I think we've added that. So the next thing that we need to do is now we need to add our folder for that particular module. So you just come here and add our radiology tests. So I'll just come here and say this is our radiology test. There we go. And the next thing is you need to add the razor component. So I'll just add the razor component, and I'll call these radiology tests list. So if I just click enter, then I'll be having my list. So I can borrow the list, for example, for ambulances. I'll just copy that and I can paste it here. Then here we'll be calling these radiology test. Then what we need to change first is we need first to change our model. So this will be our radiology test. This is also radiology test. So this will be, we call this tests. So you can call this radiology test, and this one you can call it radiology test. So then the next thing is, because we have this, then we'll just do here and we say here get radiology. So we'll change this to get all radiology tests. Radiology tests. Then this one we'll have it here. Then here we'll be using radiology test service. Test service. Then we get radiology. Get. So what was it? Our service. Radiology test service. Then we need to get. Why is it not? So this one we should change it first. Let's change this to that, and we should also change this to that and that. Then here you can say get. We can go for it. So on the radiology test, you want to get a radiology test. Get radiology test. So if we do that, then we go here and you can put this here, and that one will give us our radiology test. Then here we can do a test. Then here you can say test, and these can be test name. So you can have your test name. Then here we can do radiology tests, and just do that one. Then if we scroll up, you realize that here we need to add radiology test. So that is our new radiology test. Then here we are checking radiology tests. So I'll just do here test, and we also need our radiology model. I'll have it here. Then the next thing that we need to do, I'll just ensure we have everything. So then you also need to bind this. So we need to bind this here. And the next thing that we need is this is radiology test list. Then you can say test name. Then here we'll need to get so if we check on our model, just check on our model. So on our model we have test name, a test type, and patients. So if we come here, you can say patient name. So this will be patient name. You can say test type, then created by and created on. So we check on our binding, I think that's okay. The next thing we need to change is our binding here. Let me just check. There we go. So context, if we change our, so we need to change. So here we need to have your test name. Then here we can do patient dot name and do full name. Then here we can do test type, then dot description. So that will address some of the issues there. Then here at the top we have our add ambulance, but we need to change that. So there is one thing that we need to address. So here it is saying array could not be found. So that is why on our import.razor, we need to change this to test. That's why we were not able to see it. Then if you come back here, then that is okay. So the list of ambulances, we need to change this to test. Then this is our radiology test, and here we can add a new test. And here we have, so it is telling us we need to find, so this will be radiology test. Then that will be giving us one value. So this navigation, we can add it on our nav menu. So we go to radiology, then we can have this. So that will now take us to the radiology test. But now if we go to our repository, radiology test repository, where we were getting radiology test list. So here we need to include a number of items. So you can say charge category. You can also do .include subcategory. You can also do test type. You can also do here patient. You can also do patient. You can also do what else? You can also do created by. So created by. So that is what we need to add. So if I do that, then let's just relaunch our app and try to navigate to that particular section. So if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video, comment down below, so that you're able to provide more of these particular episodes. So you notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you haven't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider subscribing so that you help us reach more audience and also motivate us to do more of this series. So if we just sign in and go to radiology, so you'll see we now have our radiology list, and you can see here we have the test name, patient name, test type, created by, created on. So for the search, we can rename that to, here to, where is it? It's actually here. Search for radiology tests. So the radiology test. So after doing that, if we update this, then we should be able to get our changes here. So let's just see. I think if all is well, it's applying the changes, and you can see our changes have been updated. So in our next episode, we are going to now add the registration form to add radiology. But currently, this is what we've done, and I think that is enough for this particular episode. So if you want to get the source code, you can also get the source code, and you can help us by actually providing a coffee, which actually goes a long way in ensuring that we are able to complete this episode. That is it for today, and see you in our next series. Bye.